Howler More Patched. I'm your host, Paul James. Today I'm joined by Matto Phillips. How's things, mate?
Great, as always.
Good. Plenty more gaming going on. We've had a few of our updates episodes lately where we've not necessarily had a huge number of games to discuss. You've got half a dozen this time. I've got half a dozen-ish that I can talk about. We're getting to that pointy end of the year, I guess.
It is. It is the very pointy end of the year where there were games meant to come out and they got delayed. Although, actually, there is one game next month. I just remember that's coming out next month.
What are you planning on playing? This new?
Or Stalker 2.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, okay. I guess we'll put that out then. Like, I didn't realize that there was kind of so many survival aspects. There was some previews and stuff that went on recently. Now, I didn't preview the game or anything like that. I'm just kind of reading and listening to what people are saying about it. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize it was... And maybe this was the case in the original game too, and because I haven't played that, I was a little bit blind to it. I didn't realize there was kind of as much... It seems like it's really survival focused. I'm like, oh, I'm not as crazy about that now, so...
Well, if that's the case, then we're going to see how far I get without eating a chocolate bar.
Good,
and just
good.
shrivel up and die.
Maybe it's less about survival through the lens of food and stuff. I don't know, but once I started hearing those things, it was a little bit of a turn off. So we'll see how we go. There's still plenty of games that come out, and I am certainly interested, if nothing else, to play the game to support the team. So for all the reasons we've discussed in the past that we don't need to talk about again because we've done it to death. And we'll put it out there now just to kind of cast the eye forward to, I don't know, this week, next week, and what that does or doesn't do to some of the games that are coming out in the near future or some of the gameplay. You're going to be jumping into Monster Hunter Wilds with me, right?
Of course. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot the DLC. Oh, not the DLC, the beta.
The demo, yeah.
Yes, the demo. Because I am a PlayStation member, so I do get it.
And of course, it then does come across to everyone else in the days afterwards too.
But PlayStation people get it earlier.
We're gonna do video, right? We're just doing this on camera now. We're gonna do video. Good.
Well, actually, since you've said it, we're probably not gonna do it.
Oh no, we'll do it.
It's been 3 years and we haven't.
We'll see if we can. Damo's a trick when it comes to this one because I don't think he doesn't actually have a PS5 yet. He's been borrowing them off a mate or whatever. So I don't know if that'll be the case for him this week. And the PS5 Pro comes slightly too late. That if PlayStation sends me one or if I buy one, I won't have an additional console to lend him yet. I say that as someone who's got 2 PS5s, but...
Well, you know the saying, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. We'll just have to go with 2.
Yeah, we'll make it work. We'll make it work, just like we did with Rise. So, anyway,
Yes.
Let's talk about the games that we have been playing before we spend too much time talking about the things that we will play. What have you been jumping into, mate?
Well, we'll go back to way back late September, because we did early-ish. Not early-ish, it was a very early patch updates we did because it was the last one of the month. But I had to look back through my profiles because even I couldn't remember what the hell I was playing. And I remembered that I did play and finish the 1 million copy seller of Star Wars Outlaws.
Oh, you got it done. Sweet.
Play, finish, and to be honest, it's not that great.
Ah, shit.
Story-wise, it's just, no twist whatsoever. It's just like...
Oh, okay.
It's like, that's pointless. I'm not going to say what it is, you're just like...
Yeah, because I haven't really started beyond the, I think, 30 minutes that I think I've put together for a Play 2 plays for people. I haven't done anything more since then, so...
Yeah, so it's something, a twist, well, it was meant to be a twist. It wasn't a very good twist. It was like, cool, great. That was pointless.
Right.
However, I will give credit to Ubisoft for putting in some really cool Easter eggs. I'm not going to say what they are, but I give them a thumbs up for that. That's what I'll give you a thumbs up for.
I know the game keeps getting like updates that keep rolling out, and I keep hearing that like they're changing AI and they're changing this and they're changing that. I'm like, oh, this feels like an Assassin's Creed Unity sort of situation where if I just sit on this, which is exactly what happened with Assassin's Creed Unity back in the day, like that came out. I don't know if you remember that whole situation. Obviously, like the facial animations were a mess.
Who doesn't remember that?
That came out the same day as Rogue, and I was doing the review for Rogue, which means Assassin's Creed Unity for me just had to sit on the back burner for a bit while I played Rogue. And so I played Rogue, had a great time, reviewed Rogue, was very praiseworthy, I think, if I remember at the time. I certainly enjoyed it, if I remember. And then all the talk about Unity starts coming out. I'm like, oh, all right, maybe I'll just wait a little bit. And so I waited like probably only a month. Ubi jumped all over the game through updates and stuff, fixed all the things. I went and played it and had an absolute blast with it. Thought it was an amazing game. Still do. So I'm thinking that, yeah, maybe come Christmas holidays, I jump into Star Wars and actually kind of potentially enjoy what Outlaws does. So we'll see.
I think it might improve it, but it's the same thing. It's the story itself is not great, so I don't think you could improve
No, not
everything
gonna fix
around it. But it's not going to be good. It's not like something like Cyberpunk where the story was good, but everything else was rubbish at the time,
Yep.
and then they fixed it. But yeah, if I'll go back and have a look at it too, just to see if I enjoy it more. But it's not a terrible game, I should say that. I think Ubisoft had a really good opportunity to make something great,
And they didn't.
just went into the what I would say standard Ubisoft boringness.
That sucks.
Just generic Ubisoft, which is probably the reason why Shadows got delayed because of this.
It sounds like this was part of it. Also, the fact that maybe they hadn't consulted with the Japanese experts as much as they possibly could have and should have, and what they would normally do, and so they've kind of gone, "Oh shit, we might need to make sure we've got everything right with our messaging and even just what they're portraying in the game." So maybe a good decision. Comes out at an awkward time. I think we discussed this last month.
Oh, bad.
Sometime through
No,
the
it's
last
not bad.
month.
It's a very, very tight
Monster
release
Hunter,
schedule.
Like
Monster
a Dragon, Avowed, Civilization
It's
7, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Like, good luck.
Yeah, indeed. And then we'll go on to my next game. The game I can say to myself, I'm glad I did pay money for this one. It's not being harsh. I thought it could be good because I played some other games on a different console,
Yep.
which was Dynasty Warriors 9, which was on PlayStation. If you have
It was
the
on
PlayStation
PlayStation
Plus, yeah, you can download it. And I played it for a good 3 to 4 hours, and I was scratching my head on certain things. Thinking, this is a big open world with nothing in it. I'm thinking, how old is this game? It's about 5 years old. I'm thinking, oh geez.
Yeah, it's fresh still.
It's fresh, and it does not look good. And then I went to have a look at the reviews, and everything I thought about was wrong with it, I didn't like, is what everyone else was saying. I mean, combat, great. Music, great. But everything else about it, horrible. Yes, you could ride a horse, brilliant. But it's just, like you said, the whole open world situation, boring. This is me coming across from Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem Warriors, which is a bit more condensed and practical. And you sort of scratch your head and go, oh, what the hell happened?
Yeah, they didn't get this right.
And yeah, hopefully, when they, I don't, what is it? Dynasty Warriors Origins?
Origins is the new one, yeah.
Origins. Hopefully, that's good. Because I've still got hope that it might be good. Because, like I said, combat, great. It's just, everything else about it was just, what I would call below average.
So did you just play like base Dynasty Warriors 9, or did you like play Empires, or because there's so many different like
That's
variants of them?
I don't know. I just downloaded the one off the PlayStation 1. I just got confused because there was so many characters I was unlocking. I felt like there was about
Oh yeah.
50 characters. I'm going, who the hell is this person? I don't even know you. How do I go you? This, that, whatever. I was just like, I'm going to stop now. It's just too much.
I'm having a look on the store now just to see which version it was on.
I think it was just the regular.
Yeah, 9. Yeah, 9 is the normal regular version is what's available. So yeah, go figure.
But yeah, it was okay. Wasn't great. I expected better. But then again, there have been 9, so you never know. The quality may have dropped. But
Yeah, it's been pretty repetitive for a few years. So I'm hoping that Origins changes things up.
Then onto another game, much better game. I think it was almost, I don't know if it was by the same developers or not. Possibly. Who made Dynasty Warriors 9?
Omega Force.
Or was it Team Ninja? No, it wasn't Team Ninja. That was another game. No, that was one of those Dark Soul games. The Wukong one, that's the one. or
Yeah,
what? Wodong.
it's where is it? Yeah, it's the usual Omega Force, and published by Koei Tecmo.
Oh right. Okay. Well, I think it's the Tecmo one is because I decided to start playing Wild Hearts.
Oh, good.
Prep myself up for
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter. I will say this: it is not a terrible game. By all means, it's not a terrible game. I think I just don't like the gimmicky stuff. Like, hey, build a
The
wall
building.
to stop this, whatever the hell that stupid tusk thing is, and all that stuff. All I want to do is just, attack it. But I can see why they do it, because if you just had, oh, we just go attack monsters with swords, blades, whatever, people are just going to say, I'd rather play Monster Hunter. But overall, it's not terrible. So it's good. It's just I got 3 monsters in and then I had to call for help. That fire monkey is brutal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got through pretty much everything until I got to that. Have you done with it?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I think I got to
Um,
the fire monkey and then just stopped and got
Forgotten its
distracted by
name now,
something
but
else.
I think like Golden Tempest, if I remember, I think was the name. Um,
It's not a large
yeah,
range
Wild
of
Hearts.
monsters, but
It's a giant like tiger thing. It's brutal. It's the thing that's actually it's on the front cover.
was that the thing you fight at the start?
Wait. Oh no, that's the wolf. No,
That's the
sorry.
wolf.
The wolf's on the front. No, no. Yeah, Golden Tempest is this big tiger thing that you fight, getting pretty close to the end of the game.
Alright, well, I'm taking a guess I'm not near the end of the game because I'm getting distracted in fighting the other animals to improve blades and armor. Because one thing I learned from Monster Hunter is improve your blades and armor. It makes life a lot easier.
So hang on, what do we got here? So Rage Tail was the
That's the first. That's the rat.
that's the big
That's
rat.
an easy one.
Sap Scourge, sorry.
The sap one.
King
That's
Tusk.
That's a bastard.
Which
A lot
was that
easier with
again?
a high powerful
That was
blade.
the
I
big
found
pig,
out.
wasn't it? Yeah, that's right. It was the big boar.
Yes.
Spine Glider, which is what's that?
I haven't faced a spine glider yet.
Wish I could get a better screenshot of it.
I'm gonna say it's a sugar glider.
Yeah,
with
it's a
spine.
big. Yeah, it's got this giant. It's got a giant sack hanging off it.
It's no fire dick.
No fire dick, not a fire dick.
What a shame. What a
Um,
shame.
Lava back.
That's the one. That's the one I had to
That's
call
what
help
you do.
for. I think that's the last one I really fought.
Yeah, that's the giant monkey. I remember. Yeah, that one definitely caused me some headaches. I remember that one. But also, like, if you're on that, you're close to halfway through it because
Really?
there's only 1, 2,
There's not that
3,
many.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 after that, and this is your
Oh.
fifth, sixth.
No, I haven't done the glider yet.
the white wolf.
I
Okay,
think-
yeah, that's right. So you might have done those out of order. So you've done 5,
Okay.
and you got 9
So
to go.
we're almost there. 9 to go. Okay. We're getting there.
And yeah, look, for the most part, like I mean, I don't know if there's still people really actively playing the game at the
There
moment,
are.
but like, good.
I got
Then
help.
cash in on them because
That's what I
co-op works
started
really
doing.
well. Like, it
Yeah.
completely broke the back of my Golden Tempest situation. Oh wait, hang on.
Because that was the thing I was curious about. Because I know it's not as popular as.
I take that back.
Monster
There's more
Hunter.
than that. 10, 11,
What monsters?
12. There's 13 left.
Oh, still.
You're only
I'm
like
sorry.
a quarter.
I'm only a quarter of the way there. I think that was the thing I was concerned about because it's not an overly, I would say, a popular game compared to Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter,
Yeah.
big. I thought, I wonder if I'll get any help. And then all of a sudden, it was like the Avengers. It's just everyone's coming from everywhere. I thought, oh man, I've got help. This is great. I thought, oh, maybe that's a one-off. Did it again, got help again. Then again, help. I was like, oh wait, there's actually still people playing this game.
It's your only next gen Monster Hunter style game for now.
So
So
I think everyone's just getting back on board because it's a Monster Hunter game. I was just wonder when the beta next week comes out, will they all piss off and just leave some poor guy looking for help in
Absolutely.
Wild Hearts stranded?
they absolutely will, but then you might get a chance when they all come back after the beta ends.
Oh, that's right. But yeah, overall, it's a good game.
Get it done before February 28th, you'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Oh, of course, I will. It's just one of those things. It was always going to be a tough gig to go up against Monster Hunter. I honestly think they've done a good job.
I think they've done a great job.
They've done a great job. You can't if you're going to play a game that plays like Monster Hunter, you might as well just have it as similar as Monster Hunter as you can, with the combat and all that.
And like the
You try
monster
to do
designs look great. I
yeah,
didn't mind
well,
the building kind of Fortnite elements of it in terms of building
I
stuff
think
up.
I think I just got annoyed because I needed to do it really quickly. Go, oh, build a wall. Then all of a sudden, there's one block on the other side. Like, I don't need that there. I need that in that
Yeah,
corner.
getting the right combo of blocks and all those sorts of things too,
Oh, I did
so that
a
it builds
full
the
panic
whatever thing
mode.
you need it to build. Yeah.
Full panic mode. You go, oh shit, and then you stuff it up. The stupid Tusk King comes and just gores you, and you cry.
Good times for everyone.
But anyway, we'll get back onto that. And then this one, it is officially my indie game of the year so far because the other one I've played, The Plucky Squire.
Yes.
It is from start to finish, brilliant. I've got nothing bad to say about it. I love the characters. Moonbeard is my second favorite character now. Should say second favorite supporting character behind our favorite Pothead from Death's Door.
Oh, Pothead.
It's just, yeah, I love the humor about it, the story, the combat, and also the 2D and 3D elements which work pretty good. You just think, oh, you sort of feel like, oh, one would be good and the other would be rubbish. It's not.
Which was even like when I was talking to Bids when he came out to Australia and previewed it last year. He was like, oh, we don't necessarily feel like we're nailing either aspect. But I guess that was what ended up being close enough to a year and a half before the game ultimately came out. They absolutely nailed both elements. They got it all right by the end.
Oh, yeah.
Such a good game.
It's such a good game. It's just... I don't know what it is with Devolver games and silly character names, but... just Moonbeard and Minibeard.
And Pothead.
But it's also too when you go into the little town, it just has all the artists, well-known artists of back in the day. And I just laughed at some of them. Thought, yeah, I know that one. I know that one. I know that one. I was just laughing at it. I thought,
I don't think I picked that at all.
Because you had like Andy Warhol, Picasso, the one with the dog. I can't remember what it was. I was just laughing at it. I was more surprised I knew so many artists than I did. I was like, I know that one, I know that one, I know that one. I thought, how the hell do I know all these people? I don't even look at paintings, and I just know all these people. Damn pop culture, that's
You're
what it is.
Connoisseur, mate.
I wish. There was other things like, oh, I want to know what that one is, and I didn't bother to look. But, yeah, overall, great game. And it's finally nice to see the companions. Last time we were talking about it, they were doing nothing. Then over time, they do something. It's their bloody time too.
Yeah. I'll try not to say too much about it, but yeah.
I think the one thing that really did throw me off is I didn't pay attention to it to start off with, but with the words.
Oh,
you can change the story,
page to page and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and then there's like certain words you can take out of a sentence and put it into another sentence to change this and that. I thought that's pretty cool.
But it's still really family friendly too. Like it's not super complicated.
No.
Unless you don't realise. Yeah.
I knew the more you play it, the more you sort of go, oh, hang on a second. I know I saw that person or that thing on a previous page, and you just know straight away. Just go bang. It's like, oh, I know. It's great. I highly recommend it if you have PlayStation Plus. Get on.
Or
board.
if you don't, just go get it. It's on Switch. It's on Xbox. It's on PC. It's on everything. So
go buy it. Brilliant game.
And at some point, I need to go and get the platinum for it because I am incredibly close. I have 88% of the art scrolls, which I think is all but one, if I remember.
Oh.
I have 60% of the glitch birds. And then there's basically one trophy that I missed along the way, which was rearrange a sentence to make the bridge huge. So I could have taken the word huge and moved it back to where there was a bridge to describe the bridge and make it a big ass bridge, and that would have triggered that trophy. But I missed it. So.
Oh. I need to know all these things. Let's see. Which birds have got 70%? All Jot's abilities, arrange a sentence. Oh, I did make a huge frog or a big bridge. I didn't arrange any of these sentences. What?
Oh, really?
Cheese pillar. Wait. Now I want to go back and play.
Oh, yeah, the cheese one. Yeah, the cheese one was interesting. The cheese mushroom.
Well, it's a good thing it's in.
Or cheese pillar.
I think it's a good pillar.
Oh
No cheese,
yeah.
cheese mushrooms and cheese pillar. I didn't do either of them. But it is a good thing that it is in chapters, so I don't have to go back to the start and try to figure out. Well, actually, I will because I don't know where any of them are.
Yeah, I don't
But
know where
hey,
my glitch birds, which ones I've got and which ones I don't. So I'll just use a guide and then go chapter by chapter and grab the ones that I need.
yeah, like most people, like I didn't know PlayStation did guides now. It's like, hey, we got a guide for
Oh,
this
the
game. It's like,
trophies.
piss
Yeah.
off. Like, get lost. Get out of here. I'll do it myself if I wanted to. Unless I get stuck, then I'll YouTube it. Easier.
It's a feature they've had since the console launched, but most developers didn't do a very good job of supporting it. Astro Bot, though, like uh, Astro's Playroom, did an amazing job with it. So did the new one, I suppose, as well. But yeah, not many developers have kind of supported it like they need to. It could be done so much better.
Right. So on to my second last game. Oh, that was also available on PlayStation. I don't know which tier it is. I don't even know what tier I'm on. I think it's extra. I'm on. It's the middle one. What's the middle one? It's not
Yeah,
essential.
extra. Yeah,
Extra. So I decided to give The Last of Us Part 1 a go.
they just added it. Yeah,
Just added. And I've played it twice already, and I don't know if there's something wrong with me, but I don't understand why people think it's such a good game. I think it's an okay game. I know we agree
Holy
on
shit.
95% of those things, but this one, I just scratched my head. Like, yes, it's a good game. I just don't know if it's a great game. And I know some people are gonna, if they have a radio in their car, they're just gonna throw it out the window.
I might boot you out of this call.
Oh well. It had to come. There was going to be one day where we had to disagree on one thing. I don't know if it's like a fanboy thing, or I just have no emotional feelings whatsoever. Well, actually, I've got to watch the rabbit arrow get hit with a rabbit get hit with an arrow, and if I laugh at that, there's something wrong with me.
No, it's funny. But
But
that's
every
because we
time-
think
but
of the
every time
internet
I see
reference,
that-
not the.
But every time I see that rabbit, that's the first thing that goes in my head.
We think of the
that-
girl, right?
That video, yeah. It's like, oh.
And
It's just-
yeah, like I can't look at that moment and not think of the same thing now. But like that's the internet's done that bit, and we know
That was
what
the
that. Yeah, we already know the sequence and all those sort of things. So it's different now. That's fine.
But I will say, it does look nice. But
It does look real good.
you've only had like 4 other releases to get that right. So, that's all the credit you're getting. That beard, brilliant. I'm not saying anything else on the game because it's the exact same game with added water. Something Spider-Man did not have.
Oh no, sorry, I was about to get my games mixed up because there's the multiplayer in Part 2 remastered, but of course, yeah, this is just Part 1, wasn't it? Wait, did they add?
Yes.
Did Part 2 go up? Was it Part 1 they added into PlayStation Plus at Outbreak
Yeah,
Day
1.
recently? Oh, I thought it might
I
have
think
been
it was
Part 2 remastered.
No, they're still going
That'd
to
be too
suck
soon,
all the
yeah.
money out of people first before they put that up.
They got to let Season 2 come out of the show first.
That too. Then all the suckers are going to go around to EB Games, and if you're a smart person, you buy the pre-owned version on PS4, then upgrade it.
Upgrade.
That's what a smart person will do, but most people are idiots. They'll just go buy the new version because you know why? It's right there in your face. They're going to hide the other stuff in all the
course they will.
PS4 games. Only a smart person would search for that. All the
I mean,
other
we
idiots
say
would
that,
go
like, you know,
straight.
they jacked up the price of Horizon Zero Dawn on PS4 just to stop people from doing exactly that.
Well, they're smart.
Well, not even to stop, but to cash in on people who are doing exactly that. So,
Well, I'd say that's smart on their behalf. Good job.
well
At least
played.
you got there first. Well played. And one clap for whoever's idea was that.
Jim
One
Ryan
clap, that's
bullshit
all.
before he left.
All right, well, can I take that clap back then?
I'm guessing.
I will re-clap my clap. I don't. If it was Jim Ryan's idea, the man that we all know can't hold a controller properly and got given a 30th anniversary PS5 when he didn't deserve one. That's what I'm.
Even better.
I can't hold PS5 controller because it's just I can't do it. I have to hold it like a normal person, not like a robot.
Now, I have seen some differences. We may as well lean into this now. Are you the sort of person who holds like a finger for both triggers, or do you just have one? and you kind of move up or down as you need to.
Good question. I've never paid attention to it.
I
Now,
am
let's see.
I am just the pointers. There you go. You're the same as me. But I've seen enough of this over the years.
I think it depends on what you're doing. I think
if this is like halfway to
think
implementing the claw and having to do some sort of bullshit where you're,
yes,
having to...
I think I'm a one finger person because most games you don't require two fingers to press the R1 and the R2 button
Yeah, fair.
that I know of. But also that doesn't feel right.
No, it doesn't feel right.
I need support on the back. So I'm an index finger person.
Yeah, because mine'll rest on the triggers and then come up with, whether it's Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo, and then they'll come up for the bumpers if I need them. And I think that's because most shooters have also finally moved away this way as well. There was a time, early PS3 days, where, like PlayStation in particular, any of their shooting was going on with R1 and L1. I was like, no.
It's like R1 and grenade was R2. Then you go back and play those games now and go, these controls are horrible.
It's called a trigger. You're pulling a trigger on a gun. Pull the fucking trigger on the controller. Yeah, anyway.
Who knows?
Mistakes were made.
Oh, actually, I added another game.
There we go.
Control.
Good.
I did the Alan Wake DLC, and I think all clues to the end of that DLC.
Wait, which
indicated...
DLC? Lake House or...
No. The Control.
That's right. The AWE.
Control.
Yeah.
Not Alan Wake 2. Control. And the end of the Alan Wake DLC for Control, I think there was always the indicator that there was going to be an Alan Wake 2.
Yes.
Or unless they just fitted it together, it's like, so there was going to be an Alan Wake 2 all along, or there was just the plant seeded, or the seed planted for an Alan Wake 2.
No, it was definitely decided by then. I have no doubt in my mind.
Well, I look at it and go, yeah, there was definitely going to be an Alan Wake 2. So I finished that, and I don't need to play Control anymore. That was the only reason I played Control, was to play that Alan Wake DLC.
I do need to actually go back and play that. That's kind of my blind spot in kind of the Remedy verse that they've been building. I've played Alan Wake. I've played Alan Wake 2. I've played all the DLCs for Alan Wake. I've played American Nightmare. I've played... Was that your last game?
No, I've got one more.
Oh, I was going to say this could be a perfect segue because I've played the Lake House, but...
I'm going to ruin your segue.
That's all right. We'll scrap the segue. But I've played all of those. I've played Control. The DLC I never got back to right away, and then I just kind of got my ass kicked by Control when I went back initially, and so I struggled with that DLC, which then kind of
it's
stopped
tough.
me. Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember if there was difficulty levels or something like that. But even so
no difficulty. I tried. I looked at that too. No difficulty settings whatsoever.
Good times.
Yeah, those were the days. Well, the final game for the month. A game. If I had played it last year, would have slotted into my top 5 games of the year.
Oh.
I can't remember what the 5th one was in my games of the year last year, but it would have been number 5. And that is Resident Evil 4.
Oh, good.
It is good game. Incredibly enjoyable, good action. Very interesting that they went away from the survival horror, but I could also understand why they went away from the survival horror, because that's Raccoon City territory.
Yeah.
That's done. Leave it alone. And then we move on to a Spanish farm that no one knows, with strange people that are not zombies. Funny enough. We moved away from zombies to infected...
Zombie-like
parasites.
That's fine. They've gone further down that well with like Resident Evil 7 and whatever the shit that comes exploding out of the top of their heads.
Oh, so it's like 4. Okay.
Have you played Resident Evil 7?
No. Is that the village one? Was that
No, that's the one in the house.
The one in the house.
So
no. I'm guessing that's
one in the house just out in the middle of fucking like Nebraska or some hillbilly bullshit spot in America.
Of course.
For some reason I feel like it was Nebraska, but I could be wrong. And if you're from Nebraska and you're upset by that because I called you a hillbilly, fuck you. Resident Evil 7.
What are they going to do? Get on a plane and get upset and fly 18 hours to
Ah,
Australia?
Louisiana.
Close enough. Now I'm going to upset a Nebraska person and go, no, it's not. I don't know my geography of America because I don't live there.
Yeah, I'm about to... Oh yeah, they're quite a fair way away from each other, but they are down the...
We're close enough.
The red center of the US. Nebraska's quite a way north. Louisiana's quite a way south, but
Oh yeah, yes, the swamp people, one that get all the crocodiles.
Oh wait,
Okay.
Louisiana's near New Orleans and
New
Houston, all them
Orleans. Wait,
down south.
say New Orleans. Isn't New Orleans the city? So
Yes,
in Louisiana.
Louisiana's not far. Well, at least on the
I
map,
don't know.
not far when you think about on the map in terms of the scale of the US. Not that far from New Orleans, but to drive to Nebraska by car, it's 16 and a half hours
That's nothing.
because Nebraska is a state as opposed to, is it?
Nebraska's a state.
I don't
I hope
know.
it's a state.
I
Louisiana's a
feel, I
state
feel like
too,
an
isn't it?
American who doesn't know anything about Australia, like those people that don't believe Australia exists and all that sort of shit. I feel like I'm completely out of my depth. But
We don't need to know about
Midwest
America.
US state, yeah, cool, it's a state.
The only places we need to know in America is California,
New York.
Florida,
Oh, sorry,
New
you said
York,
states, yeah. Oh no, yeah, New York state.
Texas, and Texas. They're the only four states we
Washington.
need to know about. Washington, no, we don't need to care about that. Not
Okay.
important. It's just Washington's like Canberra. No one cares.
Good point. Good point.
I don't know. They might get on a plane now and heckle at us. I don't know. But
Right, let's move on from that.
Resident Evil 4?
Back to
Good.
Resident Evil. Not
Will
in
there be a
Nebraska.
remake? Will there be a remake in 5 and 6? Probably not. Or will there be?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know 5 and 6 weren't as well received as.
Well,
The
6
first
people
3.
hate. 5.
Oh yeah, I know people hate 6 because it just went from no zombie survival horror to just all out Michael Bay action extravaganza. I know people didn't like that.
5, I think people would have really liked, and I don't know if I'm getting controversial here. I probably am because I'm talking about race. People hated on that game because of the idea that you were shooting black people. And my argument to that was, like, certain cultures are the only people that can become zombies in this world, like in this fictional world. Can the black people not get it? Can people of an Asian background not get it? Is it only a white person problem? Like, it was weird. Like, I understand that people are because of, I guess, especially in America, like a history of violence towards black people. It's a touchier subject as a result, but kind of resenting it because you're just shooting black people. Like, well, it's because it was set in, I can't remember where in Africa, but it was an African country, where the overwhelming majority of the population is black. And so, what do you expect?
If that is a place.
Where is Resident Evil?
That's what I'm looking at now. It says it's dispatched to Kajuju,
A fictional
If I'm-
region of West Africa. So yeah, like
West
not a real spot, but West Africa. Like, the majority of the population is of that color. Like, yeah, it was very weird the way the controversy kind of kicked up around it. I get the sensitivity, but like, you're also being wildly offensive if you just go, hey, we're going to set it over in Africa, but we're only shooting white people.
then you'll say that's geographically incorrect if you.
And then there's there's all those sorts of things. So, like, it was a bit like there was a whole bunch of controversy around. We mentioned Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 before, but like the original Kingdom Come Deliverance, because people were saying there's no black people here, and like it's because it was set in, I think the 1200s in Bohemia. Like, yeah, there wasn't black people there. Like, the history says this. Like, race is one of those tricky ones, and I get it. I think if we pursue accuracy, you're probably coming at it from the right mentality, I think, in the first place. As long as we're not disrespectful then at the same time. Anyway, dodgy topics. Let's move on from those.
I'm done.
Oh, you're done. All right, well,
You can proceed.
delayed segue. Alan Wake 2, The Lake House, is a game that I just finished last night, as when we record this. Or last night? Night before. And, yeah, loved it. It's kind of got all of the trappings of the original Alan Wake 2, like the main game. A lot of that comes back. It's more accessible. Like, they don't give you the full suite of stuff that Alan Wake has at his disposal in the game, or Saga for that matter. but like it's kind of Alan Wake 2 light in some ways, but like they still absolutely get all the feels right. There's these weird like painted sort of monsters that kind of come out and harass you at points, that you can't take down just like you would the Taken from the normal Alan Wake experience. So that kind of forced you to play the game a little bit differently at points. You're kind of proceeding through a few levels of the lake house, a little bit of back and forth as you move through different levels as you're trying to unlock stuff and then proceed. So there's hints of backtracking. I wouldn't go as far as to call it like some sort of Metroidvania experience, but it's really cool. I don't want to say too much because Alan Wake is obviously huge for its story, and so you or anyone else, I don't want to spoil the experience, but it's very, very good. So people should check that out. And I have actually put together a review, which as of when we record this, it's just sitting in the draft section of the Player 2 website, but it'll be out sometime this week if it's not already out now. So go check out my full thoughts on Alan Wake 2, the Lake House there. Are you going to jump into the Alan Wake 2 DLC? I presume this is it now. So.
Eventually, because I still got to do the previous DLC as well.
Night Springs.
Yes.
Which is a handy one to access because there's like 3 sections to that and they're all about 45 minutes long. So you can kind of crush them out pretty quickly. Oh, shit. I just knocked my trophies away. Next up, we were talking about Devolver games before and quirky character names. None of that really with this one, but I played Never, which is the new game from the team who did Gris, Gris, from a couple of years ago.
Oh, yes.
Thanks, Doug and the team, for providing a code for it. It's good. I wouldn't say it's great. I think what they're trying to deliver, like what they put together story-wise, is really cool. They got criticised with Gris, that it was way too simple and kind of didn't throw any challenge at the player at all. I'd agree with that sentiment. But this one, they kind of put a bit of combat into it as well as some platforming puzzles. But even though it's weird, even though it's like a 3-ish hour-long game, it still felt bloated. Just some of the sequences where you're running across large expanses of the environment, maybe a bit of platforming along the way, but again, most of that platforming is pretty basic. The combat, still mostly pretty basic. It just kind of felt like it was there to tick some boxes, to say, yeah, we're a video game and not just an interactive experience or a walking sim or any other kind of term that someone might want to throw at it. And so it kind of took away from the story that they were going for as a result, because there should be heartfelt moments, but then all of a sudden you're going, oh, now it's been about 15-20 minutes and I'm just kind of running and occasionally jumping through some spaces. Like I found very quickly, a bit like Zelda with the rolling, and people realized that the rolling was the fastest way to traverse in Zelda. Very quickly realized that the dash mechanic, absolutely, like, it's not like a press and hold dash like you would expect, like it's press to kind of little sporadic dashes. I would be just mashing that button all the time just to get across the terrain as quickly as I could, because I just had, I mean, the world is beautiful. Like they've made it look stunning, and I was enjoying the sights, but couldn't kind of care less about what they were trying to throw through a gameplay sense. So I was pretty happy to be kind of through all that to get to the next story beat. So good game if you're in it for the story, and it is a pretty short experience, so people can get their fill in one night, but otherwise flawed. A little bit more work with whatever the third game is to kind of get that balancing act just right. Next up, and I've barely touched this, but I played a little bit of Secret Agent Clank. You were talking about obviously PlayStation Plus before. This is a classic that's gone into the PlayStation Plus Premium, or what do we call it again? Not Premium. Deluxe.
Essentials.
The Deluxe tier. Look, that's a pretty shit, clunky PSP game. And it was not a great Ratchet-based game in the first place. So I'm going to play through it because I'm putting together a review for a future issue of RPM. But yeah, I'd rather be done with it sooner rather than later, I guess. Speaking of shit games, Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports. Got sent a code for this one.
Oh, no.
And thanks to Mikey and the team at 5-Star Games. They sent the code over. Very, very generous. I think they'll probably just, in retrospect, I'm pretty sure Mikey and the team were just happy that someone took on the code, because you wouldn't want to play it. And I did. like we've played plenty of basketball games before, as in real life, but also in video game form. When you hit a shot, you don't just instantly run up to the backcourt to just wait until your opponents get there. Like the game forces you to go into the backcourt. You can't see your characters basically until the opposition, whether they're CPU or player controlled, kind of come to you. It's ridiculous. Soccer's kind of the same. Golf, the CPU is so wildly unbalanced because there's like, it's Looney Tunes. So there's kind of like shortcuts and stupid gimmicks that throw you all over the place. For you to hit that target, crazy hard when you factor in wind and getting the swing just right. All those sorts of things, really hard. The CPU just nails it. Like if they decide they want to go for a spot, even on easy, they'll just nail it every single time. Shit game. Real shit game. I can't even remember what I scored on the Play 2 website, but I'm already feeling like I scored it too high. Looney Tunes.
A 4. D+. D-.
Wacky World of Sports. And my subtitle was That's All, folks. I gave it a D+. What? Yeah, okay. It's like a 30-something. It's like a 3-point-something. I still feel like that was probably too high. I feel like that was too high of a score now.
You need to drop it to an E.
Well, that becomes a 0 on Metacritic, but I wouldn't go that far. It works, but it's not good. So yeah, very happy to be done with that, which is in stark contrast to Astro Bot, which I also played kind of in the space of about 48, 72 hours. I went through that entire game, got the platinum. And that was, we were kind of referencing before that we had a slightly longer month this time. Got started after we recorded the last episode, got it done within about 3 or 4 days, including the platinum. Such a good game. Absolutely going to be in kind of my top 5-ish in that ballpark by the end of the year. I can't recommend it highly enough to people, so they should absolutely go and check that one out. I'm like scrolling back through Metacritic now to see if my Looney Tunes review, where that's gone. I don't know if I just scrolled past it or if I didn't submit it to Metacritic, because that would be a damn shame if my score's not there to dunk on it. I think I've forgotten it. Well, I've got a job for later. I'll be sending that off to Metacritic so they can rip strips off. Shitful game. But yeah, Astro Bot is not. And now I actually haven't checked it out since the DLC started coming out, but there's been some DLC added with some speed run missions and all those sorts of things. There's a few extra bots you can get based on like Stellar Blade and Helldivers and more kind of to come as well. I'm keen to check all of those out. They're basically putting out like one a week for the next, well, from when they started for about 6 weeks. So I'm pretty keen to check out all that they've done, but haven't gone back to it just yet. Really, really incredible game. And the last game that I've been playing, at least that I can talk about anyway, stay tuned, people, for reviews and stuff that'll start popping over the coming weeks, is Mario Party Jamboree. Nintendo sent that one over. I haven't played a Mario Party for the most part in a fair while, outside of kind of reviewing. I've not volunteered to play a Mario Party in quite some time, but I love this. The mini games were so good. The Jamboree component, where like out of nowhere, Donkey Kong, like assuming someone on the team isn't playing as this character, Donkey Kong might appear, or Mario just appears or whatever, and just whoever gets to them first has them kind of join as an ally. And so if you then hit the star space while you've got that ally with you, you can buy 2 stars, or like everything kind of gets doubled. There's a whole bunch of other little gimmicks that can come with it. But also, if someone then like overtakes you, say they get, I don't know, they use an item to get 3 dice rolls, they pass you on the map as they're going by, they'll steal that ally on the way past and then utilize it. So like there's a bit of strategy in terms of, I'll let them get real close and then I'm going to sweep past, steal this, buy 2, maybe 3 stars, whatever it is, and move on. It works really, really well. There's some motion control exclusive things about the game that kind of suck. Some of the mini games are fine, but there's like some gimmicky modes outside of the main stuff where you're like flapping, like waving your arms and flapping it like this to kind of flap your wings to fly around, and like there was some really dumb Nintendo stuff. But the core Mario Party stuff is like right up there. I would say right up there with some of the best from the 64 days.
Oh,
which says a lot. Like it's a brilliant game. So highly recommend it, mate, if you're looking for some sort of party game or even just to for yourself or to play with others. Like it works. And I pretty much played it alone against CPU, and I was happy.
Yeah, that's the weird thing, especially in the old days of Mario Party, say 1 to 3. The CPU was rubbish.
Yeah, they're pretty well balanced these days.
Yeah, I
Obviously,
was
you've
gonna
got
say you
difficulty
might.
levels and all those
It
sorts of
was
things
always
too.
the
So
case. You'd rather be a 3-on-1 than 2-on-2 because you do better without a computer-based character than you would
ruining
with a
it for you.
computer-based character.
Yeah, and
There's
look,
no one
that
to yell at.
can still be a thing sometimes, but I didn't really find the challenges. It feels like when you're playing that 2-on-2 that the game recognizes, oh shit, you're pretty good. I'll kind of meet you where you're at. So
Damn AI. Bastards.
it works well in this case. So I was pretty happy with it. Besides that, all I can really say is that I'm also playing, and it's been a whole weird circumstance, a peek behind the curtain for people, is that Nintendo are having some issues with Mario and Luigi brothership codes. They sent them out, and then things weren't working. It was a bit of a mess for about a week and a half. So myself and basically all Australian outlets seem to have had a bit of a headache when it comes to actually redeeming the game to play it in the first place. So basically all of us missed the preview embargo, and are now just kind of working to hopefully try and get something out in time for the review embargo, which I can't disclose when that is. But I am playing the game, and I'm keen to talk more about it. I've enjoyed what I've played so far, stuff that kind of fits within the preview embargo. And I was shocked to learn that it's actually developed by the Octopath Traveler team, which kind of
Really?
came out of nowhere. Nintendo's been weird about not like disclosing who's developing some of their games at times, but yeah, just because of the preview embargo, that information has now kind of come out, and well, it was. I think a lot of people seem pretty happy with it. I can't really talk about what that means for the game, but Octopath Traveler 2 was great. So, but otherwise, that's kind of it. There's, like I said, there's other games that I'm playing at the moment that I can't really talk about, and I guess I'll save them for the updates next month, and any conversations that pop up for us along the way. But it's been good to have been playing a whole bunch of games again. Kind of, I was feeling, I don't know about you, but I mean, we hadn't played that many games when we'd been doing some of our various updates in the last couple of months, and I don't know about you, but I've been kind of feeling a little bit of gaming fatigue in some ways. But PAX has kind of flushed that out of the system, and I'm back on board.
Yeah, it's a 3-day detox. Basically, it's just I don't play games.
Retox.
Well, actually, you go. You don't play. You're not sitting there playing games. You're either lining up or you just walk up to a indie booth and you go, "Hey, I'll play this game for a good 5 minutes or so." Then you go back and go, "Oh, I want to play games again." It's just that yearly revitalize. It's like Christmas, but it goes for 3 days.
Yeah, pretty much.
Joy.
And it's just, at least for me, it's kind of, re-stoked the fire, and which is probably good because it's kind of coming to the busy end of the year. There's still some games that I am kind of dabbling with and want to play more of, like Silent Hill 2. I didn't even mention Until Dawn, but the remake of that I've been playing as well. The review should come out for that during the week. It's probably still going to have to be a holiday thing, but like, I really need to play Diablo 4 so that I can then jump into Vessel of Hatred. All the talk about Metaphor ReFantazio, I really want to get into that. Dragon Age comes out in a few days, and just to be clear for everyone, Player 2 did not get a code for that.
You get a code for Dragon Age?
We didn't get a Dragon Age code, so...
Oh, no.
So
What's
don't
that
expect
mean?
anything. It'll just mean that we'll have some delayed stuff when the time
Oh, I
comes.
was going to say, I thought, is that just a bit suspicious that they're not confident with the game, or is it just, we just don't have a code for you?
What can I say? Yeah, I guess I can just put my own opinions in here. Like, publications have started saying once they were allowed to do so that they've received codes for Dragon Age, and my observation, just looking at even just within the Australian scene, is some did, some didn't. And so I don't know if that says that EA or BioWare are a little bit anxious about it, or they just want to control the messaging and go with outlets they're confident will, I don't know, feel good about the game, or maybe they can't say no to because they're of a certain size. So
I'm surprised that they found some other media outlets.
it's like no one left.
There's
But-
no one left. There's like 4 media outlets. They just gave it to one.
So yeah, I don't 100% know what it means, but I believe if I remember some of the tweets and stuff, the embargo will already be up by the time this episode goes out, so we'll know. I think it's like Tuesday morning, maybe just before the show. So I'm curious to see how the game goes, and I really want to love it. So I hope it comes up well, because I'll be jumping into it when I'm not busy with the other games that I'm currently playing, and also Monster Hunter Wilds. What do you see yourself playing over the course of the next month, besides the Monster Hunter Wilds beta?
Monster Hunter Wilds beta. We said Stalker 2. Probably finish off Wild Hearts.
Yeah, good
and
call.
Then probably get on to the Horizon Forbidden West DLC that I purchased.
Oh, nice. Burning Shores.
It was on sale, and I thought I'd buy it if it's on sale. It was on sale. So
You'll have a great time with it.
I can't wait.
And I assume
You guys,
if the boss hasn't been spoiled on you like it was for everyone else when it first kind of came out, then you can have a great time.
Oh, somehow I've completely ignored anything about Horizon because everyone was upset about one certain thing that we will not talk about.
Yeah.
Because
people suck.
People do suck. It's just, it doesn't affect your everyday life. What's wrong with you?
Yep.
Oh no, my game's ruined because this happens. Like, I'll go away. Go hold your control like a loser, and I don't say this a lot. Fuck off.
Good. Yeah, you don't whack people too often, at least on the show.
People go, oh, he sweared. I've sweared before, but
got him.
I haven't dropped the F-bomb a lot.
Yeah, I kind of carry us for that on this show.
Yes, I think if you went on F-bomb drops, Paul has about 99% of the F-bombs. I'm now officially in the 1%.
Well, on that note, yeah, anything else sorry, I guess before I quickly toss over to myself, is there anything else that's kind of curiously on the list?
I probably should get back and finish.
Lego Horizon even?
No. But I know, as much as it does look good, it just looks weird. I know it's for kids. Yes, Lego, it is for kids, or 3 and up, as most Lego things say, or 3 to 99. So if you turn 100, you can't play with Lego anymore.
Yeah,
which is a shame. But I think it's just with the voice acting, it just feels weird. I don't know why.
The tone doesn't match what you know it to be.
I've played Lego Star Wars. It's the exact same thing. It's just childish and silly, and I laugh at that. But then I realized Star Wars is also childish and funny to laugh at as well, because they have very hit and miss movies. But
yeah,
I think it's just more the Aloy character's voice. I know it's the same person. It's just a different audience. I get that. I've got nothing against. I'm not going to be the person to go, oh, this is shit.
That trailer's still hurting it for you, isn't it? That trailer that we discussed after the State of Play.
Oh, and then there's like the Ratchet and Clank skin and all this. Like, just do normal skins. Do the Horizon skins. Don't bring in other characters. That's Astro Bot's job.
Yep.
And then get the Days Gone guy to be upset because they actually had some care for your game and your character and put it in their game. If anything, if he gets upset again, what they should do, the Astro Bot developers, is get a bin and put the character in the bin. Or put him in the bin. Or put him in the bin.
Well, John Garvin's left, so...
Well, yeah, we can put John Garvin in the bin. Or call it Bin Garvin. I don't care. Just...
Leave that alone.
So I was so upset. I would have been happy to see my character or something I created, my idea, in another person's game. I would be happy with that. But no. He's a dickhead.
Yeah, he's been weirdly precious about it, and I do like John, and he's been on Dev Diary, and he was great to chat to. We message every now and then, very rarely, but every now and then, back and forth since he's been on the show. But yeah, he's been kind of weirdly precious about it in this regard. For me, I mentioned Mario and Luigi Brothership. Obviously, I'm playing for review at the moment. Stay tuned for that. I'm curious by Metro Awakening that's coming to PSVR 2 this month. Same with Behemoth, which is also another VR job. Lego Horizon's going to be cool. Dragon Quest 3 Remake, or HD 2D Remake is out, which was something you were kind of interested in, right?
I was. I completely forgot about it.
And then we'll see about Stalker 2 Nine Souls is a game that people were losing their mind about early in the year in terms of indies on PC. That's coming to consoles at the end of the month as well, so might get into that. But then otherwise, like we're getting pretty close to the end. I mean, after that, it's Fantasia, it's Indiana Jones, it's Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered. Like we're this close to kind of a big block of time where it's just devoid of new releases and can just focus on kind of catching up on stuff. And for me, like I do want to play Resident Evil 4. There's other games from last year that I still need to play. There's not as many this year that are kind of sitting on the unplayed list that I really feel like I have to play. But there's still a few. So like I want to check out Unicorn Overlord, for example, and I want to curiously check out Metaphor ReFantazio and those sorts of things that have been big. Even the Kunitsugami, the Capcom game that was like a tower defense cross real time strategy cross action game. Like it was this really weird kind of mix of stuff. That one though I figure is going to pop in PlayStation Plus at some point, so I'll just wait, maybe pick it up for free. And then of course Diablo 4, like I mentioned before. Anyway, I'll stop rambling because that's a month or two away before we're talking about the games we're playing over the break, and then it all just starts up again anyway. Any final thoughts?
No.
All right, let's wrap it up then.
None.
If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the buttons down below. Hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to new episodes of Patched, Play 2 Plays, Shorts. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we've got going up on the channel. Go check it all out. Visit the website, player2.net.au, for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series Patched, the Player 2 Pixelcast, and Dev Diary. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au. Kick a few bucks, lower tiers, early access, higher tiers, monthly episode exclusives. And finally, there's Twitter. Matto
Matto_Phil.
Paul James Games for myself. The website is player2au. Check us out later this week on the YouTube channel, playing Monster Hunter Wilds. We'll do it. The beta, once it comes out, we'll get video together and we'll put it out there. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you later. Enlist.
Oh, wow. No way.